Well guys, it's official. Stephen Moffat is stepping down as the showrunner of Doctor Who. Now the big question that people have been asking since these rumors started surfacing a few weeks ago is who would replace Moffat? And now we have our answer. It's Chris Chibnall. If you haven't heard of him, he is a Doctor Who alumni as well as Torchwood and is best known as the creator of the BBC show Broadchurch, which also starred David Tennant. A familiar face you Whovians might have heard of. In honor of his appointment, I thought that it would be fun to just take a look at the episodes of Doctor Who that he's written and why those are evidence that he is the perfect choice to take over as the new showrunner of our beloved franchise. We start out our list with the episode entitled 42, which was Chibnall's first episode that he wrote for Doctor Who. I think this is a perfect example of what he can bring to the show because it was a very classic style of an episode, The Base Under Siege, which is just famous for all of Doctor Who, both classic and new. But what this episode had that was unique about it was that it ran in real time. 42 is for the number of minutes that the episode ran and for how long they had to survive. I think the fact that he can bring something new and unique to a very classic type of episode shows that he is a guy that gets Who and also can bring it into the modern era. Next up is Chibnall's second story with Doctor Who and a two-parter, The Hungry Earth / Cold Blood. These were great episodes that saw the return of the Silurians to Doctor Who's modern era. I thought these were very fun. They managed to feel like they were hitting socio-political issues, the idea of foreigners coming in and what do you do with them, how do you handle people that are different from you that want the same thing, and when two people can't both get what they want. Chibnall demonstrated with these episodes that he's able to write a story that has depth to it, but never feels like it's beating you over the head. And that is very important for a show like Doctor Who that always needs to be reaching into the real world with a sci-fi take. Next up is The Power of Three, another Matt Smith tale. This one saw Matt Smith's Doctor locked on Earth as he monitored these mysterious black cubes that had shown up. What this episode showed me about his abilities is that he can write a story that takes place just on Earth, that he doesn't need to rely on going deep into space to tell a good science fiction story with the Doctor. And that's something that any Doctor Who showrunner needs, and that I hope that he can continue to demonstrate to us as he needs to keep his budgets limited while still telling cool stories. Dinosaurs on a Spaceship happens to be my favorite of his episodes. Probably the most ridiculous concept of any Doctor Who episode that has ever been on television. The fact that he was able to take that base concept that they gave him, and they did, they gave him, we want to do dinosaurs on a spaceship, and he took it and ran with it, made it into a very fun episode, and I think that that is what is really important here, is that he's able to take the dumbest concept ever and turn it into a just plain fun episode of Doctor Who that I can rewatch all the time. So that's it. I think that Chibnall is ultimately going to be a great choice for Doctor Who. These episodes show that he has a good variation on what his abilities to tell. The fact that he has run Broadchurch, that he created that show, shows that he has the mindset to run a show and not just write good episodes, which is very important in this discussion. So I think that we're going to get something good out of him. The big question that I have is going forward, when we get to season 11, series 11, with Chibnall taking over, does that mean that we're going to get a new Doctor? My instincts tell me yes, it makes sense. When Davies left, Moffat took over, new Doctor. And then Moffat had two Doctors, Russell T Davies had two Doctors. It stands to reason that you would want to, when you're bringing in a new voice, you're going to want to give him a new Doctor so that he can really imprint himself onto this show, the fans, and the character. I'm excited to see Chibnall's take on the Doctor, and I want to know what you think. Go into the comments below, tell me what you think of this appointment. Is there somebody else that you wanted more? Is this the right choice? What do you hope to get out of either Chibnall or potentially a new Doctor that we might be getting? We won't be seeing Doctor Who again until Christmas Day 2016. I know, I'm frustrated too, but hopefully it will be good when we get there, so patience, people. Until then, I'm Zach Wilson, and thanks for geeking out with me.